Now, the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update with WVUA's Gary Harris.
National Signing Day just 8 days away, and Alabama could be getting some good news on the recruiting front tomorrow. Alabama, LSU, and Florida State are the finalists to pick up a commitment in the morning from talented recruit Eddie Jackson of Boyd Anderson High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. At 6'1" and 175 pounds, Jackson has ideal size to excel at defensive back, but he's also an outstanding receiver and kick returner as well. Jackson will announce his decision in the morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. We'll have more on Jackson and what type of player he is tonight at 6:30 on Tider Insider TV. The Alabama softball team has been predicted to win the 2013 SEC softball title by the league's coaches in the annual SEC preseason poll. The Tide finished 60-8 a year ago and claimed the first national title in the league's history in 2012. Alabama led the way with 8 out of 13 possible votes, followed by the Tennessee Lady Vols with 5. The Tide are also ranked number 1 in both of the preseason national polls. LSU, coming off the program's third Women's College World Series appearance, was picked second in the Western Division with 28 points. And as you might imagine with their voting numbers, Tennessee was picked first in the Eastern Division with 12 points. And Alabama has 3 players on the All-SEC preseason softball team. Left fielder Kayla Breaux, the senior outstanding pitcher Jackie Frena, and infielder Kayla Hunt, all making the SEC preseason softball squad. Well, Taylor Dugas was a 4-year starter at center field for the Crimson Tide baseball team, and quite simply, one of the best players in Alabama baseball history. But Dugas graduated after 4 years and is now in the New York Yankees organization. You might be thinking that a player of the skill level of Dugas, both in the field and at the plate, might be impossible to replace, and Mitch Gaspard agrees. But he doesn't feel like there are players that can't do the job. He feels like there are some guys on the team that together can pick up the slack.
The thing about Dugas is you don't replace him, in the next year. But I think with, many of the guys we have, we're going to be able to contribute and do those things. What you're going to miss is just the high on-base percentage, the quality of at bat, night in, night out that Taylor provided. And that's something I think with Georgie Salem, that an ultra-talented player, but that's going to be the growing process with a guy like George, is just starting to understand how to work those pitch counts and how to create good positive at-bats night in, night out.
Dugas, he set the bar really high as far as playing and leadership, and I learned a lot from him last year, and I feel like, it's my job to come in and step up and take that role.
The Alabama gymnastics squad is 3-0 on the young season and looking good, led by 3-time all-around individual champion Kim Jacob. 3 for 3 in meets this year is Jacob, but there is no time for the ladies to rest on their laurels as the schedule is about to heat up, beginning with this Saturday's meet at the University of Georgia.
Well, it is, and going into the next 3 meets, we're on the road at Georgia and Florida, and then we come back against Auburn. Those are 3 great teams in the SEC, some of the best in the country. One of them is the #1 ranked team. So I think for us, we have to eliminate those mistakes to put ourselves in a position where we have a chance to win.
I think we're definitely at a turning point right now on the team. We've had some mistakes. We haven't brought it all together in a full meet, and I think this week we've really worked hard. We're hungry for it. We want to get there, and I think just we're going to practice hard this week, and I think it's going to be a change, and we're just going to go out there and shine this weekend.
It was media day at the Super Bowl on Tuesday. Reporters from around the world got to ask questions to the players from both conference winners today at the Superdome. A lot of non-sports reporters are involved in this, so it kind of gets crazy and bizarre. But the big news involved Ravens iconic linebacker Ray Lewis. According to Sports Illustrated, Lewis tried to obtain deer antler velvet extract in an attempt to speed the healing for a torn triceps that sidelined him for more than half the season. Deer antler spray reportedly contains IGF-1, which is on the NFL's list of banned substances. That SI article also mentioned some Alabama players in that report. Well, unbeaten Tuscaloosa heavyweight Deontay Wilder has finally cracked the top-tier world rankings as he's now ranked number 9 by the WBA. Before this, he wasn't ranked in the top 15 by any of the sanctioning bodies. And now that means that being in the top 10, the top fighters can't dodge him. Even the champions have to look at Deontay Wilder as a serious threat. He's 27-0 with 27 knockouts, and he's on his way to big, big things. That's a look at sports. I'll see you here on Tider Insider TV in a few. We're back after this.
This has been the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update on WVUA. Roll, Chevy, roll.